And welcome to this weekend's Behind the Mitten. John Gonzalez along with Amy Sherman. This would be our big Christmas show because, Amy, we're in Grand Rapids this weekend and kind of pulling everything together and what we've done this season and also getting ready to celebrate the special holiday.
Yeah, of course. It's almost Christmas, and so for those of you who celebrate that, it's a very special time of year. I know that some people just got done celebrating Hanukkah, which is also an awesome time. I personally am a big fan of latkes. They were some of my favorites, but we decided to stick around home since we have a little bit of time off from our regular jobs at MLive.com, and we're right here in Grand Rapids at one of our favorite places. It felt appropriate to come and record here. We're at Founders Brewing Co, which is located right downtown and is always a great stop.
Yeah, they're kind of decked out for the holidays. They got a few things going on here, but they're not crazy. There's some places that just go, really all out. But they know that a lot of people are going to be visiting them for the holidays because this is a beer destination for those visiting West Michigan.
Yeah, it sure is. If you're coming in from out of town, you definitely make Founders a stop, no matter if it's the holidays or not. But one of the things that we love too is that they have a great outdoor area. That if you, even if you think it's a little too cold out, they usually have the fire going, and you can hang out there and enjoy time with friends and family.
Yeah, we come here often to just to see what's new, right?
Right.
That's one way to put it. But it really is a good gathering spot because you never know who's going to walk in the door. Like you said, people visiting from out of town and then locals. It's a good mixture of people.
Yeah, it always is. This is a national destination, to be perfectly honest. A lot of our breweries in Michigan are a lot smaller, but since Founders is the biggest production brewery in the state, they get a lot of national visitors who put this place on their map to come and stop by. When you come in here, you can get food if you want. They've got some sandwiches and stuff like that, but really the draw is all the crazy beer. And looking at their tap list right now, it's absolutely enormous, and I'm sure it's going to stay that way throughout the holiday season. Yeah,
I was surprised when we were here earlier this summer just how many beers they have on tap at any given time. So you're going to get a great selection. They also have, and I have not been in there, maybe after we finished the show, the company store, which has a lot of good gift ideas as well.
I've bought many a Christmas gift there because it's a one-stop shop. You show up, you can get sweatshirts and T-shirts and hats and koozies and beer for the people in your life that love beer. It's a great gift any time of the year. But they have a lot of things you're not going to find anywhere else, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Now, they break down their beer into 3 different classes, the taps, right? So you can have different styles depending what you want at different price range, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They usually do that like 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it's pretty common for a lot of breweries, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because that way you can, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can get one of the Class 1s. If you want to go for the big, boozy, barrel-aged beauties, then you go for the Class 3s, and those usually aren't available as a growler. But otherwise, they do growler Phillips here at Founders, which is nice.
What are you drinking right now?
The greatest porter in the land, Founders Porter.
It is pretty solid. I mean, that's been one of their mainstays since very early on, hasn't it?
Yeah, this is one that they've always offered. They have a handful of beers that they've always offered that haven't changed. Red's Rye is one that you can only get on tap here at the pub. It's not bottled anymore. The Porter is bottled, so you can get that throughout the state. Centennial is another one of their flagships, which is always available. And then they bring in and out different beers. They did just release their schedule for 2018, their brewing schedule, so you can already, exactly when everything's going to come out, so you can plan your trip to Grand Rapids if you want to come pick something up.
I have not seen that schedule, so I'll take a look at it, but it's probably basically what they did this year, right?
They've done that the last couple of years where they tell everybody what's happening, and I think people appreciate that because you can plan a trip if you want, but you also know what they're going to be brewing because they do change what they're brewing every year. I know that they dropped certain things this year and they added other things to be year-round offerings or seasonal offerings that they haven't brewed in a couple of years. So if it's one of your favorites that you've been waiting to come back, it might be coming back this year.
Now, I know that we're talking a lot about beer and Founders, but Amy, we should tell people what the show's about in case they haven't tuned in a while or maybe this is the first time listening.
Well, every week we love to take our listeners Behind the Mitten around the state of Michigan and tell them all the cool things that you can experience and embrace across our wonderful state, whether it's events that are happening, restaurants, breweries, and we'd like to introduce you to the people that put these cool things on. We hope that you won't just sit on the couch. No matter the season, you'll get out and try some new things all across Michigan.
And, of course, we're sitting here with our computers wide open because our full-time job is with MLive.com.
Correct.
And we're always busy there searching the state for the best food.
Why don't you tell everyone what we do for MLive.com?
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, basically we travel the state looking for the best ofs, and we've been doing this for a while now, and it's so much fun because we get to meet some great restaurant owners and managers, great employees who are making some pretty incredible cuisine and some on the high end, but some pretty just creative dishes as well. And that's kind of the stories that we get to tell every single day on MLive.
Absolutely. And if you want to go read some of our stories and some of the Michigan's Best Of series that we did this past year, you can go to MLive.com and check it out. Past year, John and I looked for all sorts of different things, including Italian restaurant, French fries, chicken wings. We did some stuff on Michigan's Best Distillery. We searched for Michigan's Best Sub. We did Best Bowling Alley, and we also did Detroit's Best Burger.
Yeah, we think we started the years with Bowling Alley because, why not get out there and throw a few frames,
Michigan's Country
right?
Club is your local bowling alley. And right now is the perfect time to go, especially over the holiday season. If you have friends that are coming in from out of town and you're looking for something to do, hit up the lanes. Our Michigan-owned bowling alleys are fantastic, and each one has a different flavor and a different feel. The whole list can be found at MLive.com, but we found some amazing places across the state, including our winner, E-Lanes in Fowler.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun there. They're a great place to go. I think, 6 lanes maybe?
6 lanes is correct.
And they just
pristine, handicap accessible lanes.
They are handicap accessible. We also found some pretty good food too at these bowling alleys.
Hell yes!
I'm sure, okay, I'm sure you'll never forget our trip to the Sherman Bowling Alley in Muskegon because not only is it named Sherman, one of the greatest names ever, right, Amy?
The best.
But they also serve a very creative Bloody Mary.
They have a great Bloody Mary there. That's how we first met them. It's during our search for Michigan's Best Bloody Mary, and they put a super yummy grilled cheese sandwich on top of their Bloody Mary, which is pretty awesome. Another favorite bowling alley was Suburban Lanes in Jackson, and they make a killin' hot beef sandwich. The best I've ever had. It's absolutely fantastic.
Didn't you say the other day that you still dream about that sandwich?
I do. I'm not kidding. I want to go back. I don't even care if we bowl. We're going to go back and eat that sandwich. It was so good. And E-Lanes had a great... They had a great burger, the 3-napkin burger. Our friend Chopper at the Wagon Wheel, he makes a pretty fantastic burger. Our friends up at Don D. Lanes in the Sault Ste. Marie, that's a good burger. You would never expect a hand-pattied burger at a bowling alley like that, and there it is. Also, Northern Lights in Harbor Springs. That was one of the best burgers we had last year, I thought.
That was a great burger. But one of your favorite places was down, your neck of the woods, down in the Detroit area. Was it Mary Bowl?
Mary Bowl.
And they had some great food.
They got a lady cooking there, and she makes some great stuff. In fact, I just put that in a post. They make homemade soup every day. And so you can go and and they have a lot of day leagues, and you can go and have a bowl of homemade soup, and they were really fantastic. That's a beautiful bowling alley. Mary Bowl in Livonia.
Isn't that the place that also did the dessert tray for the ladies' night?
That was that, yep.
So
when you go bowling, you get a dessert tray brought out on a cart. It's pretty awesome. But needless to say, we are so happy to celebrate the holidays with you guys. This weekend is always a special one. You might even be waking up to us on Christmas Eve morning or ending your night with us. And we always appreciate all of our listeners from all across the state. Right, John?
Yeah, we sure do. Whether you are in Flint, Lansing, Saginaw, Tawas area, Grand Rapids, Manistee, Ludington, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek. Did I cover them all? It seems like it.
I think so.
We just really appreciate you listening. We do have some new stations coming on board in the new year, which I'm waiting to find out where they're at. I've heard
we're excited to welcome them as well. We're always growing the Behind the Mitten family, and we can't thank all of our guests over the last year enough. If I made a list, we have met hundreds and hundreds of people on this show, and we hope that we've introduced you to these great, amazing Michigan business owners and people who put on these events, because they really are a special part of all of our communities.
Yeah, and follow us on the social channels, please, because Amy and I all the work we do is on BehindTheMitten.com or, of course, MLive.com. But we are also very active on our social sites. You're going to find us posting behind-the-scene photos, videos, shenanigans. You never know when Amy's going to eat her Pepto-Bismol.
Right, there's things happening all over the place.
It happened on the Wing Search, right?
Follow along, follow along.
Follow along.
It's easy.
But if you can find us, what are the channels, Amy?
What are the what?
Channels.
The channels for what?
The social channels.
Oh, on everything. Twitter, Facebook.
Channels?
What are you talking about?
What channels are you talking about?
Twitter, Facebook. I thought you were going to make me list every channel we were on. I'm like, I don't have them memorized. I'm sorry.
No, I don't mean the radio stations.
Listeners, I don't have them memorized, but we're on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, Michigan Gonzo, Amy on the Trail. You can follow us on all of those platforms if you wish. So this show, we've kind of dedicated a couple segments to visiting with some of our favorite guests from the past year and asking them some of their favorite Michigan holiday memories. And I loved hearing, kind of getting a little behind-the-scenes glimpse into some of our favorite friends' lives of what they like to do during the holidays. So that's all going to be coming up next on Behind the Mitten. Plus, later on, John, we will do Beer of the Week. So stay tuned to Behind the Mitten.
Michigan Christmas.
Hey, I'm Jeremy Kosmicki at Founders Brewing Co. Please come down and check us out. And we're hanging out here, and it's Behind the Mitten.
And welcome back to Behind the Mitten. John Gonzalez along with Amy Sherman celebrating the special holiday show of Behind the Mitten. It's a show that we produce every single week of our travels and journeys around the state of Michigan. Our goal, as Amy said earlier in the show, is to introduce you to some new places that you've never been to before, and sometimes some of these places are in your own backyard.
That's right. Maybe you've never visited there, but we hope to help you explore our state on a deeper level every week and find new and exciting things to do. One of the things that we're going to do on this holiday show is share some of our favorite guests over the last year and have them kind of talk about their holiday Michigan memories. And I love doing these because they were all so very, very different. Some are from childhood, some are recent. They're just really interesting and kind of a little slice of Michigan. And a lot of you might be able to relate to some of these memories, and you might even have the same memories.
No question about that.
So on this next segment, we're going to get to visit with our good friend, Brian Bailey, who is the general manager of the Chippewa Hotel as well as the Lilac Tree and Suites on Mackinac Island. He also runs the infamous Pink Pony Lounge.
We'll also talk to Jeff Lobdell, Restaurant Partners, who has a great history, and he loves Michigan and great groups of restaurants in Traverse City and the Grand Rapids area. He has a great memory. You can't wait to hear this.
It's a good one. And then we're going to talk with our good friend and coworker, Jessica Shepard, who is a Saginaw native.
That's right.
Yeah, and she's got always something good to share.
And, of course, Barry Owens from Treetops Resort, one of our favorite guests, because you never know what he's going to say or do.
You don't. All right. Happy holidays. Let's hear it, guys. I'm here with Brian Bailey, who's on Mackinac Island. He's our good friend, who is he is the general manager of the Pink Pony Chippewa Hotel and Lilac Tree Suites. What is one of your favorite Mackinac Island memories from the holidays? Because you're about to make a lot of new ones with your family since you're a year-round resident now on the island.
Yes, I think probably the best memory that I have here on Mackinac Island are the holiday bells that the Horns Bar puts out in front of their establishment that you can hear up and down Main Street. And that's probably the favorite memory that I have.
They are kind of cool because I've walked by and all of a sudden you hear this beautiful kind of music and you're like, where is this coming from? And it's coming from Horns Bar.
Yeah, it is just spectacular, and it just puts you right into a great mood and into that Christmas spirit.
And the other thing I love about Mackinac Island is that even though the stores aren't all open, most of them decorate for the holidays. So even though they're not open, you walk down the street and you feel this great sense of holiday cheer. It
is. It's just so cool here on Mackinac, and I love that about the community, and I take great pride in the Chippewa and the lilac trees and the effort that my guys go to decorate our hotels.
I love that. So happy holidays from
Thank
Mackinac
you.
Island
happy
and
holidays
Brian Bailey.
to you guys.
We're here with Jeff Lobdell from Restaurant Partners, who owns one of his many restaurants is Rockwell Republic, who has a great New Year's Eve party that's coming up. Lobdell, tell us some of your favorite Christmas memories.
Okay, my favorite Christmas memory is kind of odd because my parents both grew up in Muskegon, Michigan, and raised their family, myself and siblings, in Traverse City. Every year, we would go from Traverse City down to Muskegon every year and visit all my cousins, aunts and uncles, my grandma and grandpas. And it was invariably bad weather. I don't know, the weather seemed worse back then than it does now. And one year we got to Mesick, Michigan.
Mushroom capital.
Yes, and they closed all the roads. And it was a big storm. The big snowstorm was 70-something. So
78.
we were stuck in a hotel in Mesick, Michigan. It was like The Shining or something. For like 3 full days. We couldn't get to Muskegon, couldn't get back to Traverse City. But
3 days in Mesick.
Yes. Wow. But it was I think a Days Inn at the time. But we had a wonderful time, and it was awesome because it's kind of sometimes what you want, just your immediate family together. And I love my uncles, aunts, cousins, and all that. But we just had a great time together, hung out in the pool, told stories. But I think that's my favorite Christmas memory.
I think that's a great Christmas memory. We love it. 3 days in Mesick. It could be how you spend your Christmas this year. Thanks, Jeff Lobdell from Restaurant Partners. We're with Jessica Shepard from MLive.com, a Saginaw native and now living in the city of Grand Rapids. Jessica, what are some of your favorite Michigan Christmas memories?
One thing I love about Christmas every year, and my Saginaw natives and residents will know all about this. It might sound